Hello friends, you're with a Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Mr. President. It's been a few days since I did my last video and the reason is my camera broke down and I needed to get a new one. I hope I can handle this thing. I'm not good in these technical issues, and I don't know how I can deal with this. I simply don't like it, but I hope it works out well and I don't have too much trouble also with conversions and then, I don't know, bringing the content to my computer and then loading it up and all that. I hope that works all out fine and there's not too much change compared to my last camera. Now I also changed a little bit the situation here in the room. This table now is here at the wall, and that wasn't the case before. It was before in the middle of the room. But now maybe there might be a little, the lighting might be better because it seems like some of the light gets reflected from the wall. So overall it might actually be a little brighter here. So we'll see if I load this up, what the quality is. So we go now into the next phase, and that is Russia acts. China already acted. We marked this here, and now Russia will be acting. So we got to go through the Russia booklet. And I think I'm going to do this mainly off camera. Yeah, so just let me quickly show you. I mean, I already did that with the China acted, just to give you an overview. First we check if we've lost the game, which is not the case. Then we check if the posture will change. Then they try to improve their strategic capabilities. You know what? Let's try it. So we definitely have not lost. So got to see how the posture, no effect, +4, that's not good. The sum of the flip tension is 5 or more, that's not the case. The economy is at stagnation. Okay. I think it's still okay. If they had 5 here, then it would be a problem. But I think they stay at posture 1. So that is good. And let me see. Does the trending changes? No. Now we have to remove the tension counters and redraw half rounded up. So that means 2 counters go onto Russia, but obviously in a way that we don't know the value. Okay. So we will do 2 rows trying to improve Russia's strategic capabilities. And we're going to do this in areas first where they are 2 boxes behind, and that is the strategic reckon and the intel gathering. So usually they need a 1 to 4 result, but because there are sanctions, they actually need a 1 to 3 result. They have that. So they were successful here. And now the second one. Yeah, now they're gonna go cyber warfare, I guess. And that was not successful. Good. Now they're gonna make one espionage attempt. So let's roll a die. That's a 4. And let's see, there's a couple of modifiers here. I think that's all fine. I gotta add 1 because my cyber warfare is better. So it's a 5. Yeah, I think it's a 5. That means steal military secret war plans. There's no US opponent in a war. So increase Russia-NATO's relative strength by 1 box in Russia's favor. So that means this goes here. Wow, that's super strong. +2. Improve economy. So let's see. That's a 1. There's a multilateral sanctions counter, so that brings it to 4. -1 per Russia influence counter in the Eurozone, Eastern Europe, so it's 2. Central South Asia has another 1, so that brings it to 1. So that means they get an improving economy counter on Russia. That might be actually not so terribly bad, because if the economy is too bad, they're gonna be more aggressive against the US. Okay, now let's see. They got now a number of actions equal to the current value on the SOE track. That's a 5. +1 is 6. This is modified by the value down here, 7. Oh boy. They got 7 actions. That's crazy. Yeah, they got 7 actions. Huh. Okay. So we start here. What about terror in Central South Asia? There's not 5 yet, there's only 4, so they won't do anything there. Quell rising internal dissent. That's a 6, no effect, so that doesn't cost an action either. Possible Syrian intervention. If you are a new player, I'm not, or if it's year 1, so we're not going to do that either. So now we got to check for cyber attacks. Remember, we got 7 actions left. 2 attacks. I think both attacks cost only, both together cost an action. It says cyber attacks, 1 action. I guess they both cost an action. Okay, so we have to determine the target. That's number 9. Target Eastern Europe democracies. Are there any modifiers? I don't think so. No, they're going to go for the Eastern Europe democracies. And the cyber strategic capability is lower. That is good. So it's going to be harder for them to be successful. That's a 7. So that was a failure. And the second attack, that's an 8. That is the US relationship with European allies. And let's do the same thing. Oops. That's a 6. So that was also a failure. Cool. So now they got 6 actions left. Incredible. Initiate multi-domain, low-intensity, gray zone attacks to expand Russia's influence in neighboring regions. Okay. If any regions have 3 or more Russia influence counters, create a Russian base. That is not the case. We have 2 in the Eurozone. That's dangerous. Expand Russian influence. Make 1 roll. Attempt to expand in the... There's 0, 1 Russian influence counters and no base in Eastern Europe. That is the case. There's no Russian influence in Eastern Europe, so therefore we're going to try it there. Roll a d10 and add the selected region's US alignment. That is 6. So that's a 12. I think they have to be a 10 or less. So they were not successful. They were not successful. Okay, so that means they only have 5 actions left. Until now they didn't do too great. Compromise to facilitate removal of sanctions. 1 action. Yeah, they want to try that. So the relations are 2. If any sanctions, remove all sanctions counters on Russia and continue to the next action. If any sanctions counters are currently on Russia, roll d10. Okay. That's a 10. The West stands firm and Russia blinks. If Russian posture is currently posture 2, decrease to posture 1. If posture is already 1, decrease status on Russia-NATO conflict track by 1 box and remove all sanctions. Okay, so this goes down to 1 and we remove the multilateral sanctions. Oh, actually, we rolled a 10. Let's see, there's a couple of modifiers here. Man. Yeah, they would have been here on the +2 box in relative strength. So it was actually an 8. But Eastern, oh boy. Oh, that's not the case. Eurozone stability, no. US strategic missiles, missile defense capability is higher than... Oh man, yeah, that's the case. So we got another +1, so that's a 9 again. And +2 because there's a multilateral sanctions marker. Okay, so yeah, it was the West stands firm and Russia blinks. Now the next one, secure, exploit, militarize the Arctic, and they have now 4 actions left. So we roll a d10. This time we don't have any modifiers. That's a 3. Deep sea mining yields Arctic riches. Place an improving economy counter on Russia's state of economy track. So they're doing good economically. So there we go. Reinforce, so they got 3 actions left. Reinforce allies, build military use force. Serbia, Syria at war? No, no. I don't think they do anything here because they have a higher strength and Serbia and Syria are not at war. So that doesn't happen. Veto UN sanctions. So they're going to remove the UN sanctions marker from North Korea. There we go. So that leaves them with two actions. Assist Iranian nuclear program. So the US relations are bad. Yeah. It's currently at 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, that's the case with the Iranian program. So they improved that. We've got to roll a d10. And there are no sanctions on Iran, which means on a 1 to 5, this is a success, and it is. Now that sucks. That means they got these mating warheads, miniaturization, +1 tensions on Iran, Israel, -1 prestige, and action points. So this goes down, our approval, I guess. Not action points, I guess it's approval. And we get tensions on Iran, Israel, and Saudi Arabia. So that leaves them with one last action. They're going to assist the North Korean missile program now. Okay. Oh man, that's a 1. So another success. So that means this goes also up. Same thing. Mating warheads, miniaturization, +1 tensions in North Korea, Republic of Korea, Japan, China, and -1 prestige and approval. I think, or is it action points? I don't know. APs, actually, I think it's APs. APs. Yeah, so I think we're going to lose 2 APs and another prestige instead. So that's not good, and that means we're going to place now tensions. Okay, I think this is it. I think that was Russia's action. And you can see, I mean, this is really tough and there's a lot going on. And now, any 3 actions that we can do. So let's see what the plan is. I want to try to improve the alignment in Africa. But maybe first my goal is to I want to gather intelligence and try to bring these up, these 2 terror groups. So again, we have to roll, obviously. Oh, come on, that's a 10, man, that's horrible. So that was a simple failure, no effect. Do I want to try that again? I don't even know. Man. Boah. I want to request rapid capabilities. That will help me to improve my strategic capabilities. So that costs me an action and an action point, but I want to do that anyway. And that allows me now to place rapid capabilities counter on one of these tracks. So first I gotta find it. There it is. And I'm gonna place that here on the cyber warfare track, and that gives me basically a bonus if I want to roll for improvement during the next turn. And the last thing is, let me try to improve the alignment in Africa. So we're going to roll a die and maybe we're lucky. I could also try to reduce the crisis here. Maybe that's even more important. Let's do this. Oh, come on, another 10. Oh, man. Oh, God. Shocking. So that was the crisis relief attempt. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that didn't work out. Increase regional crisis, but that is luckily not the case because our diplomatic rating is at least 1. So that gives us a, and we have another one for the beginner's rule here. Yeah, but no effect. So that was a complete waste of our 3 actions, except for this rapid deployment, whatever. So now we go to the event segment and we got to draw crisis chits. Let's do the first one here. And this is from the 2 cascading event deck. Okay, so let's see. We got 3 cards in there. I'm going to roll a 6-sider to see which one has to be drawn. I'm going to take the top one here, number 1. And again, North Korean naval provocations threaten the Republic of Korea. So let's see. If the ally relations, US, Republic of Korea, are very close, that's the case, as you can see here, and the conflict track between the 2 Korean states is 2 or greater, and that is also the case over there. Anti-sub warfare teams force North Korean sub to surface. Add a trending pro-US counter to Asia Pacific. That's cool. The crisis goes up 1 space. That's not cool. And then we got to roll a d10, I guess. And that's a 4. 1 to 5 decrease the conflict track by 1. So that means it actually goes to 1. That's pretty cool. So that's it. That wasn't so bad. And that means this event now goes to this 3 space, and it might happen again. And that was now this counter. Now we draw the next counter here. And these are 2 crisis cards. Okay, so let's see what we get. Secretary of State offends host on overseas trip. So let's see. Roll a d10 to identify a random region. That's 7. So that is in South America. Then roll a d10 again and subtract the Secretary of State's diplomatic rating to get a final result to apply below. That's a 1, I guess. The Secretary of State, this guy here, and the second number is a 1. That's a 4. Your administration is portrayed in the press as insensitive to the culture of the region. Place a trending anti-US counter on the regional alignment track. Not good at all. Okay. It's already pretty bad. And I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. And it simply might happen again. It goes to the reshuffle pile. But actually I'm going to keep it now Just as a reminder that I've only drawn one card and I need to draw a second card. White House media team takes web by storm. Your communication staff has created a masterfully crafted social media presence. Their mix of candor, behind-the-scenes tidbits, and brand-building interactive techniques have impressed and engaged the public as never before. +3 public approval. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And then roll a d10. That is a 4. +1 media relations, +2 action points. Wow, that was amazing. Excellent. This is completely discarded. This cannot show up again, sadly. And the other one will be reshuffled. So a clumsy Secretary of State could show up again. And we're going to draw the last chit. And that's another 2 crisis cards. Now what is weird here, on my data, the card indicates that I have only 35 minutes left. That's weird. Usually I have always much more time left. I don't know. Gotta figure something out there, but still, I mean, let's continue now. Okay, so we got another event here, which will possibly reoccur. It goes to the reshuffle space. Hezbollah fires rockets into northern Israel, and the autofocus is also, but this is a common problem. So Hezbollah fires rockets into northern Israel. +1 regional crisis in Middle East. Oh boy. Place 2 tension counters on Israel. Okay, number 1 and number 2. And I'm not looking in there, I'm just grabbing them. I don't know if you see them. I don't know what's on the back here. Then we gotta roll a die and see what happens. That's a 3. Retaliatory air and artillery strikes. Increase Israel/neighbors conflict track by 1 box. This is this one here, and it goes up by 1 box. And as you can see here, it is already at war when it comes to 4. So that's much easier. We really have to de-escalate there. That was the first one, right? Yeah. And we got to draw another card. There you go. Papal visit fosters patriotic spirit of cooperation. So, +1 relations with Congress. That is also at the maximum. +1 media relations. Wow. I mean, domestically things are doing really not bad, right? +2 public approval. Incredibly. Moved by partisan cooperation right by 1 box. Holy crap. And we receive 2 action points. This is insane. Make a party relation check. Okay, that's also very high. So oh no, come on man, my party relations are at 8 and I messed this up. Hardliners in your party are unhappy with your cooperation with the opposing party. -1 party relations. Well, that is not necessarily so terribly bad, because too high party relations will bring us trouble with the public approval. So that was an amazing card overall. And that was the second card, so we are now basically done with all these event cards here. And this is placed here. So now, I'm wondering if I should... I'm not happy with what my camera indicates here. I don't understand why it says that there's only 32 minutes left on the card. That's weird. I think I want to continue a bit. I think it's okay. So now we go here, and the next ally/rogue group act. So we're going to flip these. This is group number B. So let's figure out what that is. We got to go to our booklet here and find the ally. There we go. So group number B, that is UK, Japan, and it's going to be North Korea. UK can affect Eurozone or Eastern Europe. We have 2 joint actions because we are very close with them. And the joint actions are shown here. I think I want to request UN humanitarian aid for the Middle East. And that was a 2, so that worked out. So the regional crisis goes down by 1 space. And there's no tension counters there. I think I'm simply gonna intel. Locate any terror group in the region, choose a terror group, then place the group in the gather intel box, or if they're already there, move the group to the next box. UK gets 2 intel successes per joint action. So I can simply place them here in the locate group, or in the target fixed group, I think it actually is. Yeah, target fixed, that's the space here, targeting, target fixed. Okay, that's all I can do. Otherwise, they are already doing very good. The regional crisis is at 0. There's not too many problems in Europe at the moment. Okay, and then there's no tension counters, so we're going to simply go to the unilateral action table. We got a -1 modifier. There is Russian influence, so that brings it up to 0 again. The NATO conflict, the NATO status, the conflict status is higher than 1, isn't it? No, it's actually not. So that means there's no modifier, basically. That's a 1. Wow. Summit. Remove 1 tensions counter from Russia. That's cool. That's pretty awesome. That was the one that had no effect. Well, still, I mean, I think it's okay that this happened. And now we go to Japan. Same thing, basically. But there's a lot more problems in Asia Pacific. They get a high regional crisis, tons of tensions. So I guess I'm going to try to stabilize the region. No, is that what I want to do? I'm not sure. I don't know. No, I think I want to try to also get humanitarian aid in this area. And that's a 9, so that was not a success. Damn, really unlucky here. And then I think I'm simply going to remove 2 markers, 2 tension markers there. That is always a success. Remove stress here. And then we're going to go... No, wait a minute, that was Japan. That is the other one. Let's place that back on. Well, and we remove these 2. Okay. So now, I'm going to roll a die. -1. And then we got a, let's see, that's a 2, that's pretty good. So -1 because there's no tension counters, and then it's half the value of China-Japan conflict. That's also just 0. So again, because it's downgraded, yeah, it's rounded down, so that means there's no modifier here. So we have a 1. Summit again. So the next marker is removed from Russia. That's really, really good. That's amazing. That's really cool. Okay, now it's North Korea. And we'll see. First we got to flip the tension markers. So they got 2. And we got, well, +2 from the tension markers. The conflict track is, in this case, rounded up, so 1. So it's a +3 modifier. And the relative strength here at the moment favors the Republic of Korea. So we got a +3 modifier overall. That's a 5. Support terror, great. Increase a level 3 to 1 in that order terror group in Asia Pacific by 1 level. So that means this one is now a level 3 terror group. That's really, really not good. Okay. And now they get, these 2 tension counters are removed and they get 1 back on top. Now we got to check the unstable states. Eurozone, Eastern Europe. Well, as you can see, there's no unstable states in any of these areas, so nothing happens. And that means we're done with this ally, or with these guys, and now we got the POTUS cabinet focus again. So we're going to roll now for these here. So first, address domestic crisis, a 1 to 5 brings us a success. Awesome, that's a success. -1 to domestic crisis. That's it. The next one is improve relations with Congress. This is already at the maximum, so let's see. That's a 5. That wouldn't have worked out anyway. The next one is public press relations. It's also at the maximum already. We need a 1 to 3. We have that. Okay, what does that mean? +3 to public approval, or +1 to public approval and +1 to media relations. Okay, obviously we're going to go to +3, 1 to, wow, public approval. Man, a couple of turns ago, or a couple of weeks ago, that was basically down there, if we see this as one year, and now it's really, really gone up. Incredible. And it was all the media, you know, this crazy White House social media thing, and now here again. It's really awesome. Now let's see, we got 4 is Homeland Security. That's a 6, that was a terrible failure. And 5 is the economy. That is also a 6, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they are not that important for me at the moment. They are already pretty high anyway. Oh, and we have the cabinet effectiveness actually. So let's see. That didn't work out either. Okay. So yeah, my memory card is constantly doing weird stuff. I think at that point, it's pretty early still. I would like to play on, but I don't want to get into trouble here. So I think at that point I'm going to load it up. It's probably a shorter video. And yeah, it's weird. It really is. I managed to get about 90 minutes of video with this memory card last time, and now I don't know, after 40 minutes or so, this thing is already. I mean, it says there's still a couple of minutes possible, but I don't want to take any risk here. So I think it's just a short video. I'm gonna load this up, and yeah. We're going to go, the next one's few actions, and we're going to go into a legislative segment that will take a little longer, I guess. So therefore, I'm going to leave it here. And yeah, I hope to do the next video tomorrow, so this time it won't take that long, and I hope I figure out how this camera works. Okay, yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Bye.